Welcome to Eerie Bites of History, your daily serving of strange bites of the past. Today we have a princess lost too soon, days erased in time, and a song born from the chaos of battle, all of which happened on September 14th. Let's begin. On September 14th, 1982, the world was stunned by the tragic death of Princess Grace of Monaco, formerly Hollywood star Grace Kelly. Just days before, she was driving with her daughter, Princess Stephanie, when she suffered what is believed to have been a stroke at the wheel. Losing control of the car on a winding mountain road above Monte Carlo, the vehicle plunged down a steep embankment. Stephanie survived her injuries, but Grace never regained consciousness and passed away the following day at the age of 52. Her death not only shocked Monaco, but the entire world. Grace Kelly had been a beloved actress, starring in Alfred Hitchcock's classics like Rear Window and How to Catch a Thief, before leaving Hollywood to marry Prince Rainier III. Her fairy tale transformation from movie star to real-life princess captivated millions, and her sudden, tragic end felt like a cruel twist to that story. Both Hollywood royalty and European nobility, her life ended not on a film set or a royal stage, but on a dangerous curve of asphalt, a reminder that fate can strike down even the most glamorous lives in the most ordinary way. On September 14th, 1752, Britain quite literally lost 11 days of its life. To align with the Gregorian calendar, already used across much of Europe, the British government made the decision to switch from the old Julian system. This change meant that September 2nd, 1752, was immediately followed by September 14th, erasing nearly 2 weeks of people's lives overnight. For the ordinary citizens, this was bewildering and even frightening. Many believed their lives had been stolen and that they had been cheated out of wages and rent. In London and other cities, angry crowds are said to have shouted, "Give us back our 11 days." Whether these protests were as dramatic as legend suggests, or exaggerated by history, the sense of confusion and mistrust was very real. The reform was necessary, though. The Julian calendar had drifted out of sync in the solar year, making seasonal and regional religious dates inaccurate. The Gregorian system, introduced by Pope Gregory XIII in 1582, fixed this, but Britain, wary of adopting the Catholic innovation, resisted for nearly 2 centuries before finally conceding. In one stroke, an entire nation jumped forward in time. For some, it felt like theft. For others, it was a long overdue correction. But it still remains one of the strangest calendar shifts in history, a reminder that even time itself is not as fixed as we often believe. On September 14, 1814, a young lawyer named Francis Scott Key found himself watching a desperate battle unfold. He had boarded a British ship under the flag of truce to negotiate the release of an American prisoner. But when the attack on Baltimore's Fort McHenry began, he was forced to remain on board and witness the bombardment through the night. For 25 restless hours, British warships pounded the fort with rockets and mortars. From his position, Key could see the explosions light up the sky, each blast making him wonder whether the had finally fallen. If the flag was gone come morning, it would mean that Baltimore, and perhaps the young United States itself, had lost. But dawn broke on September 14th, and the smoke cleared just enough for him to glimpse the massive American flag still flying defiantly over the fort. Inspired, he quickly scribbled a poem titled "The Defense of Fort McHenry." That poem was soon set to a tune of a popular British melody, eventually becoming known as the Star-Spangled Banner. Over a century later, it would be officially adopted as the United States national anthem. What began as a night of terror became a song of triumph. Francis Scott Key captured a moment of fragile hope, and in doing so, gave a young nation its enduring anthem, born from fire, smoke, and the sight of a flag that refused to fall. Like your history snack-sized? Drop us a comment with your favorite bite and subscribe. Join us daily for your eerie dose of the past.